Yay! That's a good starter. No. Okay. I had a pee break.
And we're back! Welcome back to the rabbit hole.
Confessions. Girl, you don't even know.
Podcast. We are here. We both released our bells, and we're here.
Yeah, we took the good tinkle.
We took the good tinkle, everyone, and everyone. Nobody's listening.
The single person in the back row sitting in his room alone.
It'll be like... we'll have like 6 views, and it'll probably be me 6 times. Not actually listening to it, but just confirming that
a lot of them
works.
would be Peewee too.
Peewee, you think he's gonna?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'll just." I don't think he's gonna listen. I think he was just gonna do it, like support. Like,
I love that.
And then just keep replaying it.
Hashtag like, supportive boyfriend. What was the other thing we hashtag earlier? We said so
dead air.
Hashtag dead air. This is a long boy.
Depending if we decide to cut it.
Yeah.
Into chunks.
I don't know if we will. I don't know. Maybe we will, and maybe just in the description box we can say, sorry for the hard stop, part 2. But then we don't have an intro. But you know what I was thinking? Oh, I was thinking this while I was peeing. So I have a keyboard over there that at one point in my life, I was like, hashtag inspired.
Ooh.
And I was like, I bought a keyboard and I wanted, because I love to sing. I'm not very good at it, but I
that's
just
what
have
you're
like
talking about.
the enjoyment of singing.
I was thinking computer keyboard, and then all of a sudden in my mind, all I heard was like the clicky keys. Yeah, when you type real.
ASMR.
We love an
ASMR. Keyboards. Yeah, I have a piano keyboard thing over there that I got for $110 on Amazon. On Black Friday of like 2016. So yeah,
Lord.
I was not inspired. I was like, I want to learn how to play piano. I never have, because it's actually a lot of work and you have to really care, and I don't really care. But I do. I think it has those sound effects like from the 90s where they're like,
yes,
kick it, you know, and they're like, wah, wah, you know, like
yeah.
you could set up that like. It's kind of like a wingding, like, you know, your computer, how it has, like, wingding fonts.
Yes.
It's like a wingding soundboard. So,
down.
I don't know. Are we allowed to use those sounds? Are they owned by whoever makes that key?
Well, you can't say I mean, does it matter? Because, I mean, it's for the public already.
I don't know. Yeah? Technically, I own it. I did purchase it.
What is she doing?
Hold on. Hashtag dead air. What are you doing? You got something in your mouth? Oh, just like Mama. Okay, come on.
Ooh.
Come on. Get on. Sorry, guys. We're still getting our studio renovated. But yeah, so I was thinking maybe we could use that keyboard to be fun at some point. Or maybe we never will. I don't know.
Honestly, you could just get an app of a piano on your phone. We
have the option, though.
Thing.
But have you ever did you ever listen to the Shane podcast? Shane and Friends?
I listened to one, and then I went back recently, and I was like, I'm going to listen to those. They're fucking gone. So I was like, well.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah.
That sucks. I think they're still on SoundCloud. So don't put them on SoundCloud because that company that he worked with closed.
I'm going to have to look into that.
But, anyways, Shane had Drew Monson at, the last, 50 episodes or something. Maybe less than that. I don't know.
Is he why you were inspired? Because he does.
No, I was inspired by many things.
Or was it just the inspired for the thought to learn something new?
Yeah, it's just one of those things where, in my life, I wanted to know how to play an instrument. And I like piano a lot. I still may take it up. It's just, the current living environment in which I'm in is not a very inspiring one. And I'm the type of person where, if my surroundings are beautiful, I will be beautiful. Do you get what I'm saying? If I... when I worked in downtown LA, and I'm, working on a fucking skyscraper, and I'm, like, in a beautiful building, and I'm, like, in a cool drafting room, or I'm doing something, like, cool, if my surroundings look awesome, and I have, like, a view, like, that's when I put out my best, like, most creative work. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thing, is, like, I have a room, I have a large, you know, back house type of thing that Meto and I, you know, live in, separate from the main house that we rent out to other people. We're kind of landlords.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, we have our own separate space, and it's large, and I have a closet, and it's nice, you know, but it's not like what I want. Like, I was talking to you earlier in the car about, like, how I can't wait to just, like, have my own space so I can do what I want to do, right? And I don't own this property, but, like, I hate the color of the tiles, and, like, so it's just, like, kind of stuff like that. Like, that's what inhibits me from learning to play. And I know that sounds
because
like a cop-out excuse.
Because it's not a space of your own or anything.
Right, and it doesn't feel, like, inspiring.
Yours,
yeah, like, it's just, like, something that just feels like it's just a little cave, and I don't, like feel inspired. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's why I'm, like, really excited to one day own something, or at least have, like, an apartment where it's just Meto and I, you know, now that we're engaged, and, you know, I just want to, like, and I've been ready for a long time to just kind of stop doing the roommate thing, and I know that, like, California is so expensive, so doing the roommate thing has always made a lot of sense, and it's always saved a lot of money, and it's been very, like, financially correct for me, but it's just not something I'll spend the money. I don't care. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I got that. I just felt inspired at one point, and then everything else around me is uninspiring. So that's, like, why I never picked it up. But I feel like I say that all the time, like, oh, I don't do this because my space is ugly. Like, I'm like, I don't do yoga in my room because it doesn't feel pretty like a yoga studio. It doesn't feel like a place where I'd want to do that. You know what I mean? But then, you know, Meto just says stuff like, oh, yeah, you say that, but one day we're going to get you a pretty house and you're still not going to do anything. So I worry that I say this now, that, like, oh, I need a beautiful place. And then one day I get a beautiful place and I'm still not going to do shit. Then I'll really hate myself. Then I'll be like, wow, you just you counteract everything you say. Anyways, so yeah, I have that keyboard over there. And maybe at some point, that's, like, my tangent. Hello.
We'll use it.
Maybe at some point we will use it, and it will be fun. Because, like the Drew Monson, like, the way he would start it would be so fucking funny. He would just be like, boop, 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 Shane and friends, come here, and we're here now, yay. And it would just, like, literally random, like, or he would be like pee break, like, we do da da da, we're going on a pee break, because that's what we're doing, you know, like, and it was just, like, he would literally make up these little, like, songs out of nowhere, and I thought it was so fucking funny.
That's funny. That's cute, though.
And I would love to do something like that.
That's a dream.
So yeah, we have two, as we were going through this, we were talking about, things that we wrote down to talk about.
Yeah.
And we have two other things on here. I don't know if we're going to edit this video much. I think Nickname might throw it through, like, a filter or something, like if you have, like, an audio program. By the way, we're recording on a phone. We're very sorry. We do want mics and stuff, but we just, you know, it's like one of those things where you say you're going to get one, but it's going to prevent you from ever actually taking the jump, you know, but we will eventually probably get mics. For now, we're just doing on the phone, and hopefully we can run it through some kind of audio filter that won't make it sound awful. But we might edit an area around the 41:50 or 41 minute mark, because Miss Thang here is dropping some real names.
Dropping realness.
Dropping realness.
Knowledge.
Cool. Hashtag dead air. Yeah, so... so we have two things left right here on my handy dandy notebook, and it is Paranatural, which is, we made that up, and then my engagement story, which is
I actually want to hear the engagement part.
You want to hear the engagement story first?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it could start way further back. I'll, like, sum this up. You see that wind chime there? Did I ever tell you the wind chime story?
Yes. You wanted it,
So I'll tell the wind chime story, but I'll keep it summarized because it's like a really long story. Yeah. There was a wind chime that's made of agate slices. I don't know if people know what agates are. They're kind of like geodudes. They're Pokemon. And anyways, it's like a wind chime and it's made out of those. And I thought it was so pretty. And I was visiting my mother who lives up in Santa Cruz. Like it was like in 2015. And I saw them at this little antique store. There was some brown ones, some blue ones, some green ones, and I loved it, and I didn't get it. Next year I come back, and I had brought Meto to meet my mom, because, you know, I was getting serious with him. And then they were still there, and I wanted one so fucking bad. And I had mentioned to him how I wanted it the year prior, blah, 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 and that I wanted it still. So he, I guess unbeknownst to me, had purchased the blue one. And then on the last day when we were there, I was trying to, like, leave. And, we were about to leave, and I told him, I was like, you know what? I really fucking want it. I changed my mind. I'm going to go buy it. So I go buy it, and he runs in ahead of me, and he's like, I have to shit. I'm going to fucking, like, I'm going to blow my pants. I'm going to
shit my fucking
So
pants.
He runs in ahead of me, hides the wind chimes, gives them to the ladies at the front, and says, like, there's a girl coming, she's gonna ask for one of these wind chimes, and you fucking tell her that you don't have them, that you sold out. And they're like, okay. So I run in there, I go to buy it, and they're all gone, and I'm so depressed. And these women, these fucking old-ass hag bitches, telling me, they keep looking at me and, like, winking, and they keep saying, oh, don't worry, you have friends. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do friends matter? I wanted my fucking wind chime, you mean woman, you know? And so, when we got there, the only reason that we were in town was because my eldest brother had asked me to take him to his house because he needed to get something. But turns out that the whole thing was that Meadow had told my older brother, like, hey, so, sorry, we had to cut for a second there. So, my Meadow told my oldest brother, like, hey, she's trying to go buy that wind chime, but we already bought her one. So, he convinced my oldest brother to ask me to take him to his house so that way he could get something so he could have an excuse to go into town and exchange the color. Because he bought the blue one and I wanted the brown one. So that's why he ran in and hid them all, because he wanted to prevent me from rebuying what he already bought. Mm-hmm. So then I left, and Meadow got back in the car, he was done pooping, and I was explaining to him how they had said that they didn't have anymore, and I was upset. And my middle brother said, hey, you know what? Leave me in town. I saw a necklace that I might want to buy for my girlfriend. Can you leave me here? And when, swing back and grab me whenever you're done at your eldest brother's house getting that thing he needs. And I'm like, okay. So I leave him there, but unbeknownst to me, Meadow had given him the blue one, and he went and exchanged it for the brown one, and literally, like, 6 months later, for Christmas, Meadow busts out the wind chime with, like, a love letter, and I fucking cried, I bawled it, bitch. And then
that's cute.
The other story, like, what I'm trying to get at is that every life event him and I have had is always shrouded in chaos, and, like, I'm sabotaging it without knowing it. So then, like...
Oh, Lord, so I can't... Oh, okay,
so,
continue.
yeah, so we went to Santa Cruz, and we had been, like, maybe a year or so, maybe 2 years into our relationship. Our relationship started somewhere in, like, December of 2014 or so. And so we had been pretty far in, we still hadn't said we loved each other, and I was feeling insecure about it. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So we went to Santa Cruz, we went to the pier, we had the perfect day. Like, I can never describe a better day. We had a caricature done, which I love caricatures, because I think it's really interesting to see how people, like, I don't know, it's just
view
fun.
Other people.
It's so fun to see how each individual person sees you and what feature they want to grab and exaggerate. I love caricatures. So we had a caricature done. It was great. We had a little Airbnb. We went to the Airbnb. It was so cute. We felt like we were in our own little apartment. Like, we just felt like, it felt so, like, we were playing house. We loved it. Yeah. And he looked at me. We were, like, laying in bed, and he stared at me. And he was going to say that he loved me. But I got, like, nervous, and I turned around, and it didn't happen. So then, you know when it did happen, girl? Me, shit-faced crying on a beach. So a few months later, went to a beach and I got so shit-faced. He had just helped me throw up next to the bathroom stall and was holding my hair while I was puking. And then I stood up and we were all drunk and I was like holding him and I was like, I love you. Or I didn't say I love you. I said like, oh my gosh, I like you so much, you know, whatever. And then I was like, we should get married. And he's like, all right, we'll get married, but you have to wear the tuxedo, and you have to get on one knee. It's 2018 and equality, you know? And I said, okay. I was like, I'll propose, but you have to, and then I stopped because I was going to ask him to tell me he loved me, but he knew that I was going to say that. Like, he just assumed that was what I was going to say. So then he told me, like, I love you. And then I was, like, bawling. And I was
in the toilet.
Yeah, and I'm, like, bawling. We're, like, standing next to a pile of my steaming throw up. There's, like, throw up in my hair, and I'm like, I love you, too. And it's so sad, because we had a perfect day, perfect opportunity, perfect moment for it to happen, and I fucked it up, because I looked away because I got scared. So there you go. I've set the stage for my engagement story. I'll try to keep it short and sloppy.
Sloppy toppy.
Sloppy toppy, we love. Hashtag sloppy toppy. Did you see the other day, what was it?
Fuck.
There was something so funny. I can't remember it.
You'll remember soon.
Somebody said, I think it was Scott Hoyings posted something, about like, oh, I have to get to the bottom of this or something. And Tyler Oakley commented, he said, did someone say bottom? Or something so funny. Anyways, have you ever seen that thing online? Hold on, this is one more tangent. It's really funny. It's like, there's this cute, like, Twinkie gay guy, and he's wearing a crop top. And this girl comments, and she's like, oh my god, I want this top. And then he responds, and he's like, I'm actually a bottom. And she's like, no, I'm talking about your fucking shirt.
That might happen, but that's
He's like, I'm actually a bottom. And she's
no.
I'm talking about your shirt. So I went to... Okay, so we went to Santa Cruz just recently to go visit my mom for Thanksmas. We kind of do this combination of, like, Christmas, Thanksgiving type of thing. So me and Meto and my twin brother, who I will call... Who knows? My twin brother. I'll call him my twin brother. He looks like Charles Manson. He really does. Did you see a picture?
I think, yeah, I saw the picture you posted.
Terrifying. Yeah. So we all went up there, and I don't really particularly like my twin brother. He's kind of a fucking dickwad. But I know that my mom would really like to see him. So I brought him up. We drove up there. And the morning of, Meto was supposed to be home at like 6:45, and we were going to drive from like 6:45 to noon. Noonish, like it's like a 6-7 hour drive from the Los Angeles area. So, he's like cooking breakfast, and he's like late. He doesn't get there at 6:45, which is like the typical time he would get back. He works a night shift. Yeah. He's back at like 7:15, 7:20, and I'm like pissed at him, like, why are you late? You know, whatever. But I don't bother questioning him. So I'm like packing the car, and I find a picture frame underneath the passenger seat. And Meto, sometimes he finds cool stuff, or like a coworker will be like, hey, you want this? Kind of thing. And he'll bring me home random stuff from time to time. So I thought that the picture frame was just like some random thing that a coworker gave him, whatever. So I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, that's really nice of him. He probably brought this home for me, but we don't need this for this trip. So my bitch ass comes in this room and puts the picture frame in the closet, thinking that, like, he was just going to give it to me to have for later. Right? So then we get in the car.
Bitch.
We start, it went over my head. So we start driving, and it's 9:35, and this motherfucker's alarm goes off. He has an alarm to do sit-ups at 9:35 in the morning.
Are you?
He does. Lying? No, I'm not lying. He really does. So I go to turn off the alarm, and I touch it, and I have fingerprint, like, on his phone. My thumbprint will open his phone. And so I put my thumb on it to turn off the fucking alarm.
Wait, he's so this asleep. Is the next day?
No, it's the same day. It was like 6 a.m. We left at like 7 a.m. I had moved the picture frame and put it in the house.
Oh.
And then we leave when we're driving, and he's sleeping because he works grave shift, so he's like sleeping all day in the car.
Oh, so you're the one
I'm driving.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm driving, and his alarm is going off, and I don't want him to wake up. Like, so I go to turn off his alarm, and I click the button with my thumb, and it opens the phone because I have like the thumb access. Mm-hmm. So then it automatically like loads the most recent message. You know how like your phone does that? Mm-hmm. And it's a message from my mom. And it says, it's like 2 little messages, but I just kind of like, I don't even skim it. It's just my eyes see it. And it's like a photographic, like I read a few, like I saw a couple of words, like key words that tipped me off. It literally said something like, frame, like photo frame or something in the first message. And then the second message said something like I'll back you up if she asks or something. And it's from my mom to, so I see frame and I'll back you up if she asks. So then I like fucking throw the phone and he wakes up because I had just parked at a gas station and I'm going in to go like pay for gas or get a drink or whatever. I'm getting up and I'm getting out and he wakes up and he like looks over at me and I tell him, I'm like, hey babe, I'm really sorry, but I think I might have accidentally uncovered something, and I like explained to him how your phone was ringing and I didn't want you to wake up, and I touched it with my thumb and it opened and it was a text from my mom. It said something about a frame, something about I'll back you up if she asks or something like that. I'm really fucking sorry. And then I just like close the door and leave because how could he respond? There's no response that he could have, because if he responds, like, then he's confirming that he has made a surprise for me. If he does not, then it's like he's withholding something from me.
So he never said anything?
He's standing there like, or he's sitting there like mouth agape. Like, just like, oh. Like, because I told him, like, I saw something about picture frame, I'm so fucking sorry, goodbye. And I like closed the door because I didn't want him to even go into it, because I didn't want to ruin whatever he was planning. And I figured it was just like something cute, like maybe a little love letter or something he wanted to like fucking frame for me. So then we get to my mom's and everybody is being fucking weird. Oh, so first of all, I show up. I had told my mom that while we're visiting, I'd like to see a movie with her and the family, and you know, maybe go see a movie. But she takes it literally. Like, we get there at fucking, we were supposed to get there at like 2:30 p.m. We got there at like 4:30. I pull up at 4:30 and she's like on a tiff. She's like pissed. Because, well, not pissed, but she's like stressed. Because she's like, I'm like really late. And she's like, you know, and my mom's super neurotic. And I guess Meto had looped her in on the fact that he was going to propose. Mm-hmm. And, like, you know, she was texting with him, so she knows the plan. So she's spazzing out. She can't keep a secret. She's freaking out. And I come in, and she tells me, like, oh, hey, we're going to the movies right now. I already bought tickets for a 6:30 showing. It's like almost 5. Like, we got to get ready. And I'm like, okay. I was like, we have an hour and a half, and the movies are 5 minutes away. Like, calm it the fuck down, woman. Mm-hmm. You know, so I'm like, okay. And I'm kind of frustrated because I just drove for like 8 hours. I didn't want to really go to a movie. But I was like, I looked at Meto and we were just kind of like, let's ride the crazy wave. You know, like, my family is crazy. Yeah. So, like, we were just like, you know what? Let's just fucking dive into this psychoticness. Yeah. So, I get ready, and while I'm getting ready, I'm in the bathroom, and my mom keeps, like, whispering to my older brothers, and she's like, psst, 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 come here. And then they're quiet in the room, and I can hear that. And they're, like, whispering.
That's so creepy.
So Meto comes in the bathroom, and he's getting ready with me, and, I look over at him, and I go, are you gonna propose to me?
Oh, God, man.
Because, everyone's being weird. Like, everyone is being so weird. I was like, why is everybody whispering? Why is my mom acting like a goddamn psychopath? Like, what is fucking happening here? And, so he plays it off like I'm the psycho one. He's like, wow, babe, you sure are, you're sure bringing up proposing a lot, aren't you? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not being crazy. Like, I'm not being like this pushy girl that's trying to get married. People are genuinely being weird. Like, people are whispering. My mom's off in the hallway, like, whispering with my eldest brother. She's acting like a psycho. I saw a text message about a photo frame that I removed from the fucking car. I'm so sorry, you know? And, like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, no, like, you're overthinking things. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we go to the movies. My mom gets there. She never bought tickets. And she fucking lied. She said she already bought the tickets because she had to force the proposal that night. You know why? Because we were going to church with her the next day, and she already told her whole church that we were engaged. And if we showed up the next day and we weren't engaged yet, and somebody said, oh, hey, congrats, I would have been like, congrats for what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So she needed the proposal to happen that night. That's why she lied.
God, why did she have to?
She lied, and she said that she bought the tickets already to force us to go. So
wait.
She goes up to the window.
Engagement, why not? That would tip you off?
Well, yeah, because if the engagement didn't happen that night, do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't know.
It had to happen that
why
night.
am I thinking about I was thinking
so that's
about
why
the marriage part. I was like,
no, just getting proposed.
Yeah.
So then so then we go to the movies, and she's like at the front thing, and she didn't buy the tickets. So she goes up. She's like, yeah, I'd like to buy 6 tickets for this 6:30 showing. And they tell her, oh, there's only 1 seat. And she's like, well, that's not going to work. She's like talking to them like they need to make an arrangement to fix it.
Oh.
And I'm like, bitch, you should have bought the tickets if you didn't want this to happen.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, what about the 7 o'clock one? What about this random movie? Let's see that. And they're like, yeah, we have 6 seats. We have 2 here, 3 there, and 1 over here.
Oh,
and she's like, that's not, no, look here. This isn't going to work. You're gonna have to, and I'm like, Mom, I'm like, stop, you're being a fucking psycho. And I'm like turning to all the people in line behind us, and I'm like, this is the real show you guys came for. I was like, I'm so sorry. This is my family. Welcome. And we're like, she's like causing a scene because she's so neurotic.
Oh.
And it's really embarrassing. My butthole is inside my body. My butthole's in my throat. I'm cringing so hard. And I'm like, Mom, stop. You're really embarrassing me. And so then she's like, what about the 6:30 movie? And they're like, yeah, we have 6 and at the top row. And she said, okay, we'll take it. It was the Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Oh, God.
Please don't sue me, guys. Disney, whoever created it, I love you very much. Awful movie. The worst movie I've ever seen in my life. So, okay, so now we have an hour between the movie and between now and the movie. And so we're like, let's go to this little pizza place right here. And so we go to the pizza place. Most disgusting pizza I've ever had. I would compare it to Lunchables, but it would be an insult to Lunchables. Hi, I love you, Lunchables. Sponsor me. # sponsor me.
Lunchables pizza is great.
Yeah, I would, it's like, it tasted like that, but a shit version of it. It was disgusting.
Like a knockoff version of it?
Yeah, and Meto had bought a bottle of wine because it was such an insane night, and he was just like, you know what, let's ride the wave. Let's just deal with all the psychotic, crazy wave of your family, and let's just get drunk, and let's fucking party. And I'm like, okay. So we drink a whole bottle of wine, we're eating this terrible pizza, and then finally we go see the movie, and we get strawberry daiquiris in the movie, and then, we're, like, whispering during the movie, like, this is the worst movie I've ever fucking seen, and I'm like, him and I are just kind of, like, looking at each other and just laughing at how, like, awful.
That sounds so fucking cute.
Yeah, first it's an 8-hour drive. Then it's my mom being a psycho, forcing me to go to the movies. We didn't get the right tickets, so we had to see a random movie. We ate the shittiest pizza. Like, it was just a shitty night, but we were, like, laughing at, like, how... We're just laughing because, like, as I said with, like, the wind chime story and with, like, the I love you story, like, everything about us is such a shit show.
Yeah.
Like, every time we have an event, it's a shit show. So we're just, like, laughing, and we're like, you know what? Let's just fucking ride this wave.
Fuck it.
So we get done with the movie, and my mom is like, hey, there's a cafe upstairs above the bar at the movie theater. We should go to that cafe. And I'm like, okay, I'm not really hungry. I already ate a shit ton of nasty pizza. I don't really want to go. But I'm like, you know what? She's being a psycho. She really wants this. This is, like, important to her. So I'm like, okay. So we go up to this cafe, and I guess... Oh, and so... Actually, right after the movie, I go talk to the girl at the bar, and she's really nice, and I'm just talking to her, and I'm just telling her, like, hey, don't ever see this movie, it's fucking awful. Also, don't ever eat that pizza across the street, fucking awful. I'm, like, just telling her about my awful night, and we're just shooting the shit, me and the bartender.
Yeah.
My mom walks up to her, and she places her order, and my mom goes, okay, we're gonna go sit in the cafe. you'll bring it up to us, right? Like, she's, like, talking to the bartender like she's about to chop her head off. But she's hinting, because I guess she gave the marriage proposal, like, the picture of the proposal thing, she gave it to the bartender. The bartender was in on it the whole time. She knew that I was going to get proposed to. Mm-hmm. So she literally was hinting, like, hey, you're going to bring it up, right? You're going to bring up the scroll with the picture of, like, him and proposing to me. And so she's hinting, but I don't know that. So it just seems like she's being a fucking bitch to this bartender. I'm, like, talking to the bartender. I like her. She's really nice. And my mom walks up and she's like, yeah, you're going to bring it up, right? You're going to bring it upstairs? Yeah? Okay. Good. Bring it upstairs. Like, she's, like, talking to this bartender like a dog that just fucking pissed on her carpet or something. Yeah. And so I'm like, Mom, stop. Like,
you're embarrassing me.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you tonight? Like, you have menopause. You have issues. Like, what the fuck? So then we go upstairs. We're eating. And then, like, they bring the food. But I guess okay. Sorry. I had to cut that. So, yeah. Meto was gonna put... that fucking picture frame that I had taken out of the car, he was gonna put... So... earlier I explained how I love caricatures. Mm-hmm. We had a caricature done... We went to SeaWorld for my 26th birthday, had a caricature done there, and we also had a caricature done originally in Santa Cruz on the night when we should have said we loved each other, but we didn't. So we have 2 caricatures together, and I just love them. I think they're so cute. Mm-hmm. So he had contacted the same guy that did our logo for the Rabbit Hole Confessions podcast. For real, yeah. He had contacted him and had him draw Meto proposing to me.
That's with my hilarious, because then you were all messaging him, and he probably knew, and he was like, oh my God, it's that bitch.
So yeah, he had it drawn by an artist that I use frequently, because I can't draw. I can do, like I feel CAD. Like you can. No, I can do, like, CAD, and I can do Photoshop, and I can, like, color things in and stuff like that. Like, I learned all that from my degree, but I'm just not, like, I can't, like, sketch things from, and I bet you I could if I had self-confidence, but I don't. It's just that I feel so doubty that I can't do it that I don't even attempt it. Mm-hmm. So I had him draw, he was working on the Rabbit Hole Confessions logo for me at the same time that Meto was also having
That's probably why he was, like, not giving it to you right away.
Maybe he was busy. Yeah, he was being inundated with work. Yeah. So yeah, at the same time that I was having this logo drawn, unbeknownst to me, Meto was having that guy draw Meto proposing to me with my dogs, also in the picture. It's so cute.
It's super cute.
So he was gonna put that in a fucking frame, but my bitch ass took the frame out. And did you know that also the reason he was late was because he was buying that frame? Because initially he bought the frame, like a day before, put the photo in a frame, was trying to hide it in our car, and he put it in, that part where you have your tires? You have the same car as me. No, you don't. You don't have the hatchback.
No.
You have the full size.
But, I mean, it's usually around the same place. It's like in the trunk.
So, like, in the trunk, there's, like, these mats that you lift up. So he put the original picture frame with the framed photo of him proposing to me. He put it there, and he put the mats over it, and he tried to, like, push it down to, like, hide the lump, and it broke the frame. So that's why he was late initially, because he was buying another frame that I took out of the fucking car. So anyways, instead what they did is they wrapped up the picture into a little scroll, and they tied it with a little ribbon, and the bartender put it on the tray. So when they brought it up to me, because they didn't want to carry it on their person in case at some point in the night I, like, went in their purse, or I went into, Meto's pocket, and I found the scroll of the picture. So they wanted the bartender to have it. So she brings up the fucking tray. My eldest brother grabs it without me even noticing that he grabbed the scroll. And so then my mom goes into the cringiest, I can show you the video later, she goes into the cringiest, like, speech. She, like, made it all about herself. And that's, like, why I'm so frustrated about our wedding.
Okay, see, that makes sense.
Everybody's, like, inviting themselves, and they're, like, everyone is, like, making our wedding about them. Mm-hmm. And they're, like, just because they feel like family, they feel that they deserve to be involved, but I want a small wedding. Mm-hmm. I don't want these fucking cunts that I'm not going to know in 10 years at my wedding. And I don't want them to bring their girlfriends who I've known for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I don't want these people there.
But it is fair to have them there if that's what Meta wants.
Yeah,
if it's those people.
And that's the thing is that my fiance does want some of those people there, so I have to yield. I can't just be like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, so I was expressing to Nickname earlier that I was frustrated because all these people are really pushing their agenda for my wedding, and it's really frustrating. So I think I'm more frustrated by it because my mom made this proposal all about herself. Mm-hmm. First, she told her entire church that we were getting engaged on Saturday night, and I promised I'd go to church with her the following morning because I want to make her happy. Don't believe in God, but sure, I'll go because I know that makes her happy. Mm-hmm. But if I went and nobody knew, and everybody knew that I was proposed to, and he didn't propose, it would have outed him. So she had to force the proposal that night. That's why she was being so fucking neurotic. Yeah. So then she goes into this cringy ass speech.
Well, why did she? Okay.
Yeah, and then even her husband mid speech, he's like, let him talk. Like, how about you let Meto talk? Like, let him talk. You know. And my mom keeps going, and she's like, listen here. You know, I know that we said no gifts, honey, but this is from all of us. And, you know, it's from your twin, your eldest brother, myself. This is from all of us, whatever. And so she, like, hands me the scroll. But I saw this shit coming, bitch. I knew I was getting proposed to. Like, I knew it the whole night. And so I unroll it, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And then I turn to Meto, and then he just says something general, like, blah, blah, blah. This last 4 years of my life you've made me, like, the happiest, blah, blah, blah. Only thing that would make me happier is if I could call you my wife. You know, will you marry me? And I was like, no. And I was just joking, though. And we all laughed, and then I was like, sure.
Sure, not even a yes, sure.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, sure, okay. I was like, this is really cute. I'll marry you, sure. Because I feel, the thing is that we were talking about it, we don't even feel different about being engaged. Like, we literally feel the same. Like, I feel like I've already been married to him. Like, we've just been together for 4 years. Like, there's just, we just feel like we're married already. You know what I mean? So, getting engaged didn't really change much. Like, we feel exactly the same. But, yeah, and so then he goes to put the ring on me, and he goes to put it on my right hand, because I don't know how. Left hand. Apparently it does.
I saw your picture. I was gonna say it, but I was like, I'll see her. She'll figure it out.
I posted on Instagram, and then my coworker was like, "Hey, by the way, it's on the wrong hand." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." I think I posted a comment saying, like, ha ha ha, fuck, this shit's on the wrong hand. But anyways, so he goes to put it on my right hand, and my mom goes, no, it's the left hand. And we both look at her, we go, are you sure? And she goes, yeah, trust me. And she's got, like, 15 fucking rings on her hand, because she's been married a million times, you know? And we're, like, laughing about it. And then, that was pretty much it. We went to church the following day. And I wanted to go on a hike in this little, like, thing called Big Basin. It's, like, a little foresty area. The ring didn't fit. He's getting it resized right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, why?
Yeah, and then we also bought Enzo rings, which are, like, these silicone rings that I'll probably wear most of the time, and I'll wear that one on special occasions. So that was pretty much it. It was just, like, as you can see, it was, like, a shit show. And I sabotaged it without even knowing that I did. And it was, like, all about everybody else. And I don't know, it just sucks. Because I feel like I can't have anything with him. You know?
Yeah.
But, so the next day we go to church. It was awful. Awful. Awful.
Should have ate them crackers. Should have stole that wine.
I just start crying. It was awful. The guy was talking about baptism for like 2 fucking hours and why you should get baptized. I like just wanted to die.
Were you baptized?
I think I probably was when I was like a baby. But yeah, and so then we leave church and the whole fucking place is on fire. Like there's a big fire in Santa Cruz behind UC Santa Cruz, and all of a sudden the sky is like red and smoky, and we were just about to go on like a hike in the forest, and so then our day kind of got ruined, and then
because you don't have
we went home and we assumed that my mom's cabin she has a little cabin up in the woods. Yeah, we brought pork and sweet potatoes and cauliflower, and we were gonna bake it in the oven. Bitch don't got a fucking oven. so we had to pressure cook it. But she only has a smallish pressure cooker, so we had to pressure cook like four different meals and then shove it all together at the end. It was a fucking disaster. And then, and then that was pretty much it. We just went home the next day. So that's my engagement story. Dog soundbite. Dog, drink water. Drink water right now.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's my story.
Fucking cute though. I mean, I just think it's funny. I don't know. I feel like that's so fitting. The other times has been like that. It's just like it had to. And that's why him and I
don't like regret it particularly. But I think that he kind of wishes it was more of like a romantic moment. Yeah. You know? We are going to the Bahamas in February. We're going on a cruise, which at the time, a coworker of mine had predicted that it was going to be my honeymoon, which I didn't. I was like, oh no. But it's so funny because it's totally true. It is my honeymoon now. Yeah. But so we decided that for our wedding, we just want a quick little courthouse wedding, get them not tied. Apparently, we're going to invite a couple of people. You and Peewee are invited. If you'd like to come, you don't have to. Cool. You guys are people that I would actually want there. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you're not just some fuck that I, like, don't want to see. You know what I mean? There's people that are going that I don't want. But you and Peewee are people that I would want if you want to come. But you don't have to. It's literally 15 minutes. Like, I don't know. So we're going to get married in a courthouse, and we're going in on Thursday to get the marriage license filled out. And then,
fucking cute.
I was gonna say something, but oh yeah, so I don't know, I think the way he talked about it, he seemed like he wanted something a little more emotional. Like, I think he wanted me to, like, be, like, I don't know, I think he wanted to do, like, a cuter speech than he did. Yeah. And really express how he feels about me and stuff. Yeah. And he probably
wanted that a lot just because he's not... at least from what I know, and
he's not a very emotional guy.
Yeah,
definitely not. Yeah. So I think he really wanted that, and I think that he feels a little jaded by the way that it went down, but he also thinks that it's like fitting and fun for our relationship. That kind of makes sense. But so I do want vows. I'm not traditional. I don't care about most wedding things, but I do want vows. So I think that. Because nothing else.
Did you start them?
I started them like 2 years ago. But
they're not like so cute.
They're not like written out. It's literally bullet points. I have it somewhere in my phone. Like,
it just says, "Cool guy,
nice dick, bro."
Sick dick guy. It's just like
sick dick, my dog.
Fuck. Oh no.
But yeah, it's just like. I think I have a couple of things of, like, that I want to make sure that I always show appreciation, and, like, I want him to know that I, like, see everything he does for me, because I make it a point to always, like, tell him, like, hey, I really appreciate
I know, especially so on the days when you're having, when you're having those days where you're just, like, you're not mad at anybody or anything, but you're just in a mood, a moody mood, and you don't even mean to do it. It just happens. Yeah. And I feel like at the end of the day, I have to be like, hey, I know I'm being a bitch, but I love you.
But I promise I love you.
Yeah, and I can see that you're trying to cheer me up, and I'm very sorry that I'm being such, like, a hard ass about it. You know?
Yeah,
Did you lose your phone?
Oh, I found it. But yeah, so... I think that's one of them. And then I think another is just to always kind of... I try to approach him with my best foot. You know, I don't ever want to walk in the door and be like, hey. You know what I mean? Like, every day when I come home, him and I, like, we do a big smile at each other. We're like, hi! We're really always excited to see each other. And I like that. And no matter, like, what I'm going through on a personal, like, day-to-day basis, I want to always, like... when I see him, I want to be on a good foot, always. Mm-hmm. I think that's, like, mostly it. Just expressing gratitude and, like, being on a good foot. That's, like, what my bullet points are so far. But I want to keep it... That's, like, one thing, because it seems like nothing in our life belongs to us. We don't have any special moments. I didn't share the video of him proposing. My two brothers, my twin brother and my eldest brother, filmed it. Oh, and my mom kept saying, are you getting this? Are you getting this? Before he proposed. So she was making it dead obvious and, like, oh, my God. I'll show you the video because, you know, you're, like, my best friend. But
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it's awful. She's awful. But, So it's like nothing is about us. So I think I talked to him about it, and I think we're not gonna do vows. We'll do them in the Bahamas. Like if we find like a special moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like,
you guys should do that together.
I gotta get this bitch out the country to have a moment with him. You know what I mean? Like it sucks because I can't. It's like everything always has to be revolved around everybody else. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna write our vows and then we'll read them in the Bahamas, and hopefully they'll be.
You guys should have
hashtag emotional. Hashtag
have, like a cute little dinner and then say them then.
Yeah,
that'd be cute.
Yeah, I think we want to do something like that. So yeah, that's like the whole story. My throat hurts. I talk too long. I'm so sorry. I feel like I talk way more than you do. And if we ever get listeners, they're going to be like, bitch, can you let Nickname talk, like, once in a while?
I mean, I have my moments, and I do, and I go on my fucking tangents, too. It's like, but I actually asked for this story, so.
Yeah, it was a long one, I'm sorry, but now you understand the scope.
That's fucking funny, though.
Now you understand my angry text messages.
Fucking movie, like, status. It's so cute.
Yeah, I have to show you the video, but I kept the video private, because I just don't think, like, I don't think I need to share everything with everybody.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like everything's already been overexposed. I actually low-key wish that I didn't, I didn't announce it. That would have been, like, the preference, honestly. Okay, yep. So that's it. We have Paranatural written down if you want to talk about anything like that. You got any ghost stories, any UFO stories, any...
Yeah. There was this one time, and I lived in New Jersey, and I had this house. It was like now every time I think about it, it's such a weird house. Like, it's small, but it's 3 floors, but it's like small but tall.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, but that's kind of how it is in big, like, more, like, urbanized areas.
Yeah, because everyone's so, they're so close. But it's like a mint green house.
I had a mint green house.
Really?
Yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah.
Hashtag mint green house, everybody.
But, what do you call this? That house was a fucking train wreck. Like, I love that house because that's where I grew up, but it's such a fucking train wreck. My room is at the very top, like, the 3rd floor just has 2 big masters, like, 2 big rooms, and, put my butt on it.
For those of you who don't know, my dog is just now laid on her, so that's her sound effects of, put that butt on that. Okay, so continue your story, because that has no context. You know, people they can't hear that. They're like, what?
I don't know, what's happening? But yeah, so, my room was on the very top, and my window was jacked the fuck up, and I had a beehive in between the windows.
Love that.
And there was also a hole.
Hashtag save the bees.
There was also a hole in the other window, right? And because of that hole, it was because of the, those, what are it called? Those, like, those window air conditioner thingies. The thing that's...
Oh, swamp cooler?
I guess, yeah.
Window air conditioner.
The one that you stick out the window.
Yeah, like that one over there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And, because of that, the little... the little accordion-looking plastic shit they give you to...
Yeah. Okay. Totally.
It was ripped, so I'd wake up literally with the birds and bees fucking flying around my head because they would just get in the house because of that.
I got the birds and bees in my head too, but not literally.
No, seriously, like, I'd wake up and there's, like, a bird freaking out in my room trying to get out, and then there's, like, bees.
Hashtag save the birds.
The birds.
Save the birds. Save the birds.
Oh.
I'm French now. Continue.
Wow, a mood. But.
My coworker the other day is saying something like, something in French is like, la fatiguée, something like that. And he was like, how are you, or something. And I turned to her, I was like, am I fat and gay? Yeah, why do you ask? Anyways, continue. That just reminded me.
Oh, no.
So you had birds?
Oh, yeah. This has nothing to do with this story, actually. I think about it. I just
We're
talking
talking
about
about
how
those.
jacked.
Oh yeah, how your mint greenhouse was
It's
fucking weird.
Jacked, yeah.
My mint greenhouse was dope, but okay.
Anyway,
My first time masturbating got
a...
caught at the mint greenhouse. I'll tell you about it later.
I've never been caught.
You've never been caught?
I got caught once. And it was by my brother.
Oh yeah, you've told me this.
That was so embarrassing. We never speak of that. We pretend like it never happened.
Yeah, I think that's the best
way to go about it. It's so embarrassing. Ew, my balls fucking puckered. Just thinking about it. Anyway.
Should we talk about that?
No, we'll get into that.
I'll write it down. I'll write tickle my clit on the. Do we want to keep these?
I guess. Oh no. Bitch, what? What just happened?
Sorry, I was writing something down, and I have this notebook called Rocketbook, Everlast Rocketbook. It is awesome because if you use a certain brand of pens, they are you gotta let them dry down. But if you use a certain brand of pens, which is the Friction Pilot line, hashtag not sponsored, please sponsor me. And you use these pens, they're erasable, so you can erase them.
But you use your fucking hands.
Yeah, but then second of all, if you just wrote on a Rocketbook page and it hasn't dried, you haven't given it a couple of seconds, you can quickly wipe your finger to erase it before it dries down. And then also just the notebook itself comes off with water. You just take a wet napkin and you wipe off your book, and so it's a notebook. So then you can write in it and write in it and write in it, and then you just, whenever you're done, you just take a wet paper towel and you wipe it off, and then you have a reusable notebook that you use forever, instead of buying a bunch of paper notebooks that just go in the trash, or you use them up. Then you just have this notebook that you repetitively use.
Bitch,
and
what
then
the fuck?
Here's the best part. You're talking about your ghost,
selling me,
and then I'm talking about
notepads.
The first time we've masturbated, and then I'm writing down tickle my clit, so that way we remember to talk about the first time we masturbated in the mint greenhouses.
And now it's become an ad.
Yeah, and now I'm talking about this book. The best part is that it has this
the QR
code down at the bottom. So if I don't know if you can see, but there's these little icons down at the bottom, and if you put an X mark on one of them or whatever, so you assign each one of these. So your Apple might be your Google account. Your Bell might go straight to a shared thing for your math class or something like that. This one could be your Yahoo email. Mm-hmm. So then you have them all set up, and then you just check the one that you want these notes to be associated with, and then you take a picture with your phone, and it will automatically take your text and darken it, and then whiten the background and clean it all up, square it up nicely, turn it into a little beautiful PDF, and then it automatically shoots it to wherever the fuck you checked it to go to.
Bitch.
So I have a drive full of all of my notes. Usually I just write, this is my little diary, and I also keep my budgeting in here, like what I'm buying for that week and whatever. So I'll write, because I have so much to talk about all the time that I can't always talk as much as I want to. So sometimes I just write in here, and it's very therapeutic, but it's never anything that's readable. It's literally mad scramblings of an insane person. You can't read it. I can't even read what it says, but it's just more have you ever seen psychics when they're
just drawing fucking random ass circles?
That's literally what I do. It's it's just the energy of having my pen on a paper and writing something feels good. But I also feel maybe it's cool to save them, because maybe I'll die one day and Meto's gonna be hello, Mom, are you there? Hello. Yeah. And he might be able to access it and see everything that I thought about him and my life and whatever. So I keep those things, and also you can draw. You can do drawings, and it'll automatically save.
That is so cool.
I have a full Google Drive separate from my regular stuff. It's a secret one where I keep all of my notes and
That's
whatnot.
Fucking cool.
So anyways, so yeah, that was the ad, and it's over now. I'm very sorry, and
not sponsored.
Do you want to keep these? Do you want me to make a file for the Rabbit Hole Confessions, and we'll keep our shitty notes?
Yes.
And then that way, episode 1, we'll just make this the picture for the YouTube. Paranatural
yeah.
engagement 4550.
The
Fix
thumbnail.
this. Travel
yes.
segment. Tickle my clit. Dash made. That'll be like our thumbnail.
Yep.
I actually love that.
That's a great idea.
Because like I think uploading the little picture to the can you say clit on YouTube? Can we say any of the things we're saying here on YouTube?
You can,
but you won't be ever monetized.
Yeah,
that's fine. No one's listening anyways. This isn't for money, honey. We're doing it because we #love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue about your
Oh yeah. So I was
the birds in your house, in your mint house.
Oh no, that was really it. That was just
that it's a weird house. You're setting up that this is a weird fucking house.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's old. It's crickety. Yeah. It's just a really rundown house. It's really small, but anyway, so we're having a party and it's so strange. We moved to California and we're no longer party people, but in New Jersey, we had parties for everything and anything. Like, bitch, it's a Jewish holiday. We're having a party and we're not even Jewish.
You're like, Ramadan, bitch.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
you're fucking Filipino.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. So we used to have parties for fucking everything, and it was just like, we had a party, and then everyone, usually what happens is the kids hang out on the second, like the floor level, and we're just, in the living room, and we're all hanging out, and kids being kids doing dumb shit. And then the parents would go downstairs, and it's like the way the house was decorated. I think it was there before we were there, but they had like these like fucking lights that would line the ceiling, and it was like those like fucking, I don't know, it was like party lights, I don't know. And it was, so they would turn off all the lights but turn on the party lights, and it was like lining throughout the ceiling. And then we also had a disco wall in the corner for some god-awful reason, and we had that on. And it just literally was like a little club in my basement, and all the adults would go down there. Not saying that the kids couldn't go down there, but we just didn't care. We didn't want to be with the adults. Like, so down there they were like drinking and karaokeing and just shooting the shit and whatever. And us kids are upstairs, and someone told a scary story, and we had the lights off too, so we're all sitting under the kitchen table underneath the fucking tablecloth and just telling each other like scary stories. And then one of the kids was like so scared that he ran downstairs. He's like, fuck this, I'm too scared, someone's gonna get me, because we heard a loud crash come from another room, but all of us were together, so we're like, what the fuck was that?
Mm-hmm.
So, and with the scary stories.
On the third floor.
On the middle floor, though.
Oh, and you guys were on the ground floor, okay.
Yeah, so, they were, like, tripping. He was tripping out, and it just got too scary for him, because the scary stories and the loud crash. So he went downstairs, and we're like, no, come back. Like, it's fine, it's all fake. We're just, like, we're just, telling stories. That doesn't mean they're real. And then, he's like, nah, fuck this. So he went downstairs, and then we called out, like, we were sitting there and we were still continuing, but then we're like, okay, he's taking forever to come back, so we'll just call him. So we all yell out for him, and no one says anything for like a second, and then we're like, why isn't he answering? And then randomly we hear someone scream, yeah? So then we're like, come the fuck up here.
Oh no.
And then like, then so he, like, so we're like,
was
okay.
it him?
No.
No, that's so scary, because
so
that's, that's like demonic.
Really?
Mimicry? Like, like,
bitch, my asshole just fucking
well, yeah, it's demonic. It's like, because, from like what I know, a little bit of demonology 101,
ooh,
honey.
Wow.
Is that like demons tend to mimic, like have you ever heard of like a doppelganger, where you see somebody that looks exactly like you? It's supposed to be a sign of like your death, or like something really bad is coming if you see someone that looks exactly like you. And then like also same.
Does it have to be exactly like you, or exactly like somebody else too?
It could also be exactly like somebody
Because I have another one that's even scarier.
Or, and then also they do, like, mockery. Like, this reminds me, I'll have to tell you about the knocking. Hold on, let me write that down. But, like, they do mimicry, so they'll, like, mock. So have you ever heard, like, stories of, like, where you're gonna call your mom, and your mom will be like, hey, like, she'll respond back to you, but it's not her? That's, like, demonic activity. Because they mock, like, they often mock, like, the Holy Trinity. Like, if you hear knocking, you might hear 3. Or, like, someone gets scratched, it'll be in 3s. It'll be, like, you know, like, ha ha ha, like 3 laughs, or something like that. They're, like, I guess demons are known for, like, mockery. Like, they do mockery or mimicry, where they mimic you, or, like, like, you see it's kind of like also with, like, synchronicities. Like, you see something one day, and then the next day you see the same thing. Mm. Which, like, that's, like, a very vague thing. I don't know how to, like, give you a good example of that. But yeah, that's, like, scary that you're telling me that someone
creepy.
Someone said yeah, and it was, like, in his voice.
Yeah.
It wasn't him.
Yeah. Ooh. And I was like,
ooh, mockery.
I was like, come back up here. And
that's
then
demonic, girl.
And then I was like, all right, so we're all waiting for him, and we're like, man, this bitch is still taking forever. What the fuck? So we all of us.
Plot twist: he was never truly alive. He was a demon the whole fucking time.
All of us go downstairs, and we're like, dude, what the heck? We've been calling you. He's like, what are you talking about? I've been here this whole time. I haven't heard anything. And then we're like, we called you, and you said you were coming up, and we were waiting for you, and you never came. And he was like, what are you talking about? And our parents were listening to us, and they were like, what are you talking about? Because he wasn't saying anything. He's been down here, like, just sitting here waiting for us. And, like...
So that's your only spooky story?
No, I have another one.
Now I've made you scared with doppelgangers and mockery?
A little, because now I'm thinking about the other thing, which I was going to tell you. Is like, it could either be a supernatural thing, or it could have been just my child mind not understanding, or like mixing people together.
Right. Yeah. And you have to question. Memories are weird constructs too. It's like what you remember versus like things that were happening. No, but
this one is
you never know like if you can truly remember your memory accurately.
Yeah, but so basically I was fucking oh well, I should probably set the tone that I was a dumb child. You know how
sense.
Like you know how they always say, oh, like, you know, don't ever go play outside without me, okay? Like, you know, you need at least one person to be watching you when you're playing. Bitch, I left all the time.
You're just fucking out on your own?
Like, I didn't go far. I didn't go anywhere. I just played outside in my front yard. And, yeah. So, I used to do that every day without telling anybody. It was just me by myself. And, this one day, I was hanging out inside the house, though, and my dad was upstairs on the 3rd floor folding laundry, and then my mom was in the basement, I think she was cleaning something, I can't really remember, and I was just, me and my brother were just chilling, and then someone rang the doorbell. And knocked, so they did both. They rang the doorbell and then they knocked on the door. And you know those old school doors where it's like, you have the wood door? It's like your door.
Yeah.
The wood door, and then you have that metal screen door. We had one of those, except it's one where it has it's a solid, like, just piece of metal, and then there's, like, a window in it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And it was one of those. And that was open. Or, like, that was closed, but the main door is open.
The wooden door.
Yeah.
So you could see through the...
Yeah, and so...
I feel like maybe you've told me this story before.
Yeah.
Like, some dark corner of my mind is feeling like I've heard this before. Okay, continue, though, but because I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, so... They ring the doorbell, and they knock. And then... like, at first I'm kind of like, oh, okay, whatever, mom, one of them is gonna get it, you know, because I don't know. And then, they do it again. No one answered, so I went to go look, so that way I can call my mom and dad, like, actually just physically go up there and call them, or go downstairs to my mom and call her. So I look, and it's a woman who looks exactly like my aunt.
Oh, yes, you've told me this.
Yeah.
Ooh, fuck, that scares me so much. I didn't, and at the time, I think when you told me this, I didn't know about, like, the whole doppelganger theory, that it's, like, a demonic, like, sign of something really bad coming.
Yeah.
Wow, that freaks me out.
Right? So, this woman who looked like my aunt, and she just kept, like, she was, like, waving, and then I was like, hi. And then I think she expected me to open the door like a Riri, but I didn't, and I was like, okay, hold on, I'll be right back. So I was like, I go and I call, I can't remember, well, oh no, I think I called my mom first, no, I called my dad first, because I remember looking up the stairs. So I went up the stairs to go call my dad, and then I was like, oh, my, you know,
our aunt's,
our aunt's at the door, so, yeah, can you open it, like, and then he comes down, there's fucking nobody there. He's like, what are you talking about? There's nobody there, and I was like...
So did anything bad ever happen after that? Like a big life event, or like,
No, it's not even finished, it just keeps continuing.
Oh,
so, like,
continue. I thought that was, like, the finality of it.
Oh, no, it gets weirder.
No.
It gets fucking weirder. So, yeah, so, fucking, I was like, that's weird, I could have sworn. So, I dismiss it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I go back and I play.
That's such a scary thing for you to dismiss. Like a full-ass fucking person.
Well, I'm a kid, what the fuck do I know?
Yeah,
you
I
know,
get that.
I'm just like, alright, I guess maybe whatever, you know. And then, I go and I go back to playing with my brother and hanging out and whatever. My dad goes back upstairs. The same doorbell. And knock. And I was like, okay. So I go and I look and I see in the freaking window, it's that same woman. And I was like, I'm not crazy. I need somebody to come and look at this with me. So I call my brother. And I'm like, tell me she's not here. Like, I was like, oh, look, isn't, like, you
our
see that,
here?
that our aunt's here. And he was like, oh, hi, and, like, he starts waving, and I went, like...
Oh, so he sees her, too.
Yeah, and he's, like, waving at her. And,
Spooks,
like,
bagooks.
yeah, and then, yeah, so she was, like, she wasn't, that's a weirder thing, she wasn't speaking. She was just staring.
Oh, no.
And then, like, I was like, oh, okay, so I'll come back, I'll call somebody. So this time I call my mom. I go down, and I go to call my mom, and then she comes up, and she's like, bitch, what are you talking about? And the weirder part is, like, I didn't just see the woman, I also saw my grandpa's car that she always comes in, and it was parked in the front of the house. So that's why I was like...
That's so scary.
So then, like, so she's like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, there's nobody here. And she even opens the door, and she looks, she's like, there's no one here. I don't know what you're talking about. And then I was like, what the heck? So, and I was like, he saw it too. My brother. And then, she was
and she, like, peeks her head out the door.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I think you guys are just, like, they just didn't believe us. So it was like, whatever, you know what? I don't know what else to do. Because I ain't going out there.
Mm-hmm.
It happens one more time. And the same thing, except this time she's like pointing at the doorknob.
No.
Like telling me to.
No.
You're like, bitch, no.
I hate that. Imagine if you imagine
if I opened it. I know, right? And that's scary.
Because doppelganger stuff is like demonic as fuck. I like my little heart is dropping. You know what? That weed never kicked in. I don't think it did anything.
Oh yeah. I don't think so either.
I guess I feel relaxed. I mean, I don't feel like I'm in pain of any sort, but I don't exactly feel that I was in pain to begin with. Notice the difference.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just take it every day just cause.
But
it might be a placebo, like, I feel like maybe I feel good. And then maybe I will. Okay, anyways, continue.
What do you call this?
I have to fart. Should we pause this? Or should I just, like, let this one rip? Oh.
Well, too late.
Too late.
It's too fucking...
I don't think it'll smell too bad. And I'm doing crisscross applesauce, so it's
just go out the back.
It's bad. I ate too many McDonald's fries.
I can't tell.
Hashtag we love you McDonald's. Okay, continue. That's so scary. So she's pointing at the door.
Yeah, she's like telling me, like, she's going like this, at the door to unlock it, and I'm
I
like,
hate that.
No. So then this time I call both of them, my mom and my dad, and
okay.
I'm like, okay, me and my brother saw it, so you can't tell me no. Like, I'm getting freaked out. I need you to go out, like, look out there.
And they look, and they never find anything?
Yeah, they literally walk out of the house, like, and they search the front yard.
And then your aunt's behind you. Bum, bum,
no,
bum.
and then...
Imagine.
Yeah, and they're just like, there's nobody here. And, like, it's crazy, because I always talk about it, like, or not always, but sometimes I bring it up to my parents, and they're like, they don't have any recollection of it. And they're just like they do, but they're like, oh, it's just because, it's not what you thought. It was the neighbor from across the street coming to ask us something.
Oh, that maybe just looked like your aunt?
That wouldn't make any sense.
Because I don't know why they wouldn't talk. Why wouldn't they just be like, hi, I'm your neighbor. Can I please borrow some sugar? From your hot fucking mom? Just kidding.
I don't know, but see, that's
crazy.
But that doesn't make sense because it was like, I didn't take too long to grab my parents. So how are they running back straight to their house, into the house, like, unseen by the time my parents come out?
Yeah, that's fucking spooky, dude.
Right? I don't know. And I always think about, what if I opened that door? Bitch, I would not be here. Like,
no, you would have been taken into another fucking dimension, my friend.
Oh, God, I don't know. So scary. Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Hold on. I'm Googling it. I'm trying to find, like, something that's, like, how it relates back to, like, demonology.
So scary.
So they are either, this one here, ancientpages.com, says that they are either spiritual copies of the person or downright demonic twins. According to legends and folklore, let me see. According to legend and folklore, seeing one's own double or alter ego is considered a bad omen. If people saw the double of their relative in a place that he or she was not actually there, it meant that they had seen their spirit double and that particular relative was to meet his death. According to some beliefs and superstitions, doppelgangers are supposed to be the evil twin that suggests and insinuates to its human counterpart to do a bad or unlawful thing. One of the earliest references to double spirits can be found in... Girl, I don't know how to say that. Oh, you know what I do want to talk about? Were you the one that Googled the Church of Satan with me and was, like, looking at the rules? Or did I talk to you about that?
Was that connected to the 21 Pilots thing?
No. Just Church of Satan, I Googled it the other day. Their rules, like their 10 commandments, are a fucking meme, dog. They are hilarious. You have to see. And
did you look it up because you watched the Sabrina thing?
But there was a lot of things going on Twitter about, like, the Church of Satan is, like, suing them because they copied the statue of
Yeah, I don't know how to
Bartholomew. I don't know. Have you ever seen that Key and Peele of, like, the two grandmas in the church?
Yes.
Where they're like,
you showed me a bajillion times.
Sneak up on that devil and ride his dick.
Yes.
Get him with the divine
It's so scary.
That's my favorite. But, yeah, maybe not now, but at some point, I need to review the Church of Satan website with you. It is, oh, fuck, dog, it's a meme. It's the funniest shit. But they're dead-ass serious. They're dead fucking serious.
I feel like that's a lot. I don't want to generalize them. I was going to say, I feel like that's a lot of them, but I don't want to, like,
but, anybody. I mean, I'm not generalizing, like, read the rules. They're memes. They have, like, a news page where they're like, finally back on the DJ scales in October will be, what the fuck was his name? DJ Warlock Hell on Wheels. That's his name. He's a DJ and his name is DJ Warlock Hell on Wheels.
Bitch!
That's his fucking name. Okay, but anyways.
That is not okay.
Okay, are those all your spooky stories for now? I mean, I'm sure we could think about it hard and find some other ones, but...
I think for now...
One that relates back to the mocking thing is that back at my old apartment, not the one where you and Peewee were, like, low-key dating. Had you been to the prior one?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the prior one...
We were also...
Yeah, I'm sure you were. I caught him jacking off once. In the living room. Right
yeah, you told me.
With the fucking... And then I come in, I stand right beside him, and he's jacking it in the fucking dining room with a laptop, like, at 6 p.m., he's jacking it, and I just, he has headphones on, so he doesn't know, and I walk up right next to him, and I look over at him, and he jumps, and I go, hey, you probably shouldn't do that right here, and then he's like, oh shit, he's like, trying to cover up or whatever, and then I was like, well, I'm sorry if I ruined that, you can probably go finish in your room or something.
He's like, I'm good.
No, I think I'm good. Who the fuck does that? Broad ass daylight. Okay, but anyways, so picture that old apartment. Remember I had like the kitchen with like the red wood, like the wood was like a reddish color, and it was like the trim, and then the main cabinets were like white. Do you remember?
I don't remember if
that's... It was like a one story. I didn't have
the
two.
one that you... Okay, wait. Yeah, I know which one.
Yeah, the one prior to. Okay, so above the front door, every night, starting like 2 a.m., like, you'll always be at a late time, and I'm not like, 3 a.m., the witching hour, spookity gookity magookity. Like, it's not, it would just be like late at night.
Yeah.
Piss me off. And, it was like the corner, the top left-hand corner, right above my doorway, like the corner, not the corner of the door, like the framing or anything, but like the actual corner like where the ceiling and the walls meet, right above the door to the left on the top there. Every night, late at night.
Ew, stop. That's not
just
right.
Just 3 knocks repetitively for
That's not
hours. And I never knew what it was. It went on for months. I even yelled at it once. I used to take...
didn't have, like...
I thought it was I thought that it was the neighbor. I thought it was the upstairs neighbor being a fucking kike. Whoa, that's rare. How did that word come out of me? That's so offensive. I don't know what I was trying to say. I think I was trying to say, like, a dick and a cunt, and, like, I just fucking combined it, but that was an even more racist word. Oh, my God. What does that word mean again? Is that against Jews?
I forgot
What's a kike again?
Wait.
I know that you should never say that word. Oh, my God. Honey, I need a cleanse. I need some holy water, baby girl. I can't believe I said that. I feel hurt. I'm gonna cry. I was trying to combine like a bunch of cuss words and it just came out with that. I don't even know what ethnicity it's towards. I'm so sorry.
I feel like... Wait. Oh, man.
Well, anyways.
I used to know.
I thought it was my upstairs neighbor being a fucking asshole. So I literally took a broomstick and I would go bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
With the fucking broomstick. But I would do it all over the living room. Because I would do it like, anywhere. Anywhere. I would just bop, 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 hitting it with the broomstick, hitting the ceiling, trying to piss off my neighbor.
Did that go on for a while? Because I think I came over to that house at one point and you were
and did I show it to you or something?
You didn't show it to me, but you did tell me, like, our fucking neighbors upstairs are fucking assholes.
No, and I confronted the neighbor.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, you told me that too.
I talked to him, I was like, hey, what the fuck's going on at, like, middle of the night? Why are you knocking at the front of our house, like, right under your doorway? What are you doing? That's, like, making that sound in the corner of my wall.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm fucking sleeping, you psycho bitch. Like, get with me. And then I literally talked to management about it. Like, I went to management. I even recorded it a little bit and showed it to them. And they, like, inspected and they couldn't find anything wrong that would cause this knocking.
Not even
every
pipes
night.
Or some shit?
No. And, like, pipes wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go, bop, 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 pop.
Well,
bop,
yeah,
bop,
they would
bop.
if depending on, like,
I don't
something
think there
with
was
pressure
pipes.
or anything.
There wasn't anything there. It's just a doorway.
Oh.
There was, like, nothing running through that area. It's so, and then later, you know, as I learned more about demony stuff and, like, the mockery of the threes, like, it wouldn't have struck me weird if it wasn't for the 3. It was always in a succession of 3. And then, I have 2 other stories. Demonic story. Ew, I just did that burp where it smelled like weed. Damn it, I fucking knew it. I was talking to you in the car about how like, sometimes if you swallow, like, fish oil and you burp, you'll taste it. Damn it, I saw that coming. Come in.